Hi, Eric Doc Wright, military veteran, serial founder, and business philosopher, linguist, and coach. Linguist? Yeah, here's why. I make a living at Vets2PM helping military veterans achieve meaningful, lucrative post-service careers, either in their own gigs, their own companies, or working for somebody else in another company, okay? I do that primarily by teaching them fluency in the language of the civilian workforce, which is management. What do I mean? Managers in the civilian workforce plan what we're going to do for the business line, the team, the unit, the business department, whatever. The functional department, I plan what we're going to do. Performance standards, performance metrics, customs, courtesies, norms. Create the environment to get the metrics accomplished that I identify in my plan. I then organize all the resources necessary to staff, execute, and supply resources to my team to execute my plan. Speaking of team, that means function number 3 then is leading the team, the individuals, to consume the resources that we have on hand in accordance with the plan to the standards, the metrics, the desired outcomes, which I track and control and tweak through constant, consistent performance and plan comparison, tweaking as we go, okay? So that's the language of business, of the civilian labor force, is management. And as you can see, military leader, check it out, you do all these things as a military leader, right? You just don't ever talk about these other 3 pieces of experience. But if you did, instead of only getting 25% of the credit with the hiring manager, if you were talking in terms of what they speak like in civilian management, now you're getting credit for what? All 100% of your experience. Does that make sense? Right? Okay, now I'm going to stay with the pin change color. Here's what's interesting about this. Here's why this matters to you. Here's why we built Vets2PM the way we've built it. Project and Professional Manager, Vets2PM. Here's what we're doing here is management is basically talking about and talking in the language of and validating the experience you have operationally, your operational experience, leading a shop, leading a flight line, leading a motor pool, a jet propulsion mechanics lab, a gauge calibration lab, whatever it is you're responsible for leading and sustaining and maintaining, standard operating procedures, etc. That's operational experience. If you also have experience, change pins colors for topic change. If you have experience leading non-standard work, hey, we need to do this thing to produce this unique result or this good or this service or this product, you have project experience as well. You have specialized management experience because project management, IT management, human resource management, any type of X management is a subset of general management. You still do these 4 functions, you just add some extra functions as the specialist. In this case, project management specialization. Okay, in the civilian workforce, there are there's actually 3, but the third is a combination of the first 2. So let's talk about the first 2. There are 2 primary types of project experience you can have. And it's based on what are you capable of knowing and doing? What is the team capable of knowing and doing? What is the organization capable of knowing of doing and supporting? And is what you're doing very clear in scope or is it fuzzy? Do I have to plan it up front because I know exactly what it is I'm doing? Or do I have to do it in a very emerging incremental way? Do a little bit, show it to the customer, get some feedback, incorporate that in the next increment, plan, do a little bit more, show a little bit more, test a little bit more. You see what I'm saying? On the second way, we're incorporating the customer and we're developing the product of the project in a very incremental and or emergent type fashion. Okay, if we're planning the project up front and then we're designing it, and then we're building it, and then we're testing it, and then we're delivering it. That is very predictive. The credential that most widely goes with predictive type project management is PMI's PMP, or Professional Project Management Professional, PMP. And then you'll notice the management's the big piece right there. The Project Management Professional from PMI. Okay, now, regardless of who thinks what about the PMP and whether it's now agile or not agile or whatever, they say it's 50-50. But in the minds of corporate America, the thousands of people we deal with every year hiring project managers, project manager is synonymous with PMP. PMP is typically synonymous with predictive. So instead of having that argument that I just laid out for you with the hiring manager, we at Vets2PM suggest I would codify, if you want to codify your project management experience, codify your predictive experience, codify your agile experience, which is where you plan a little bit. So you still plan, you just chunk it up into increments. So you plan a little bit, do a little bit, get feedback, incorporate it into the next plan, do, get feedback, plan. See, you're still planning and delivering. You're just doing it incrementally. So the scope emerges over time, where here the scope was defined right up front. Predictive or agile. If you combine some degree of predictive with some degree of agile, you get what we call hybrid. That's technically the third type of planning and delivery methodology. Okay, so what then, pin color change one more time for topic change. What then credential do we recommend at Vets2PM to help you codify and or validate this non-standard project work, right? This agile experience. Because what we have found, most of the E7s, the O5s that we work with at Vets2PM, thousands a year, you have experience doing both in addition to your OpEx experience. That's what we have found. So we help you talk in terms of it on your resume so that they see, the civilian hiring manager sees all this experience in all these different facets. And you also have a corresponding credential to go with each one. So the one we like here is the Professional Scrum Master, and that's what this video is about, the PSM, because couple reasons. Scrum is one of the hottest flavors of agile project management going today. Top 3, I'd say. 66% of the companies in one survey of 1,500 companies use some type of Scrum. The Professional Scrum Master is based on the teachings and the Scrum study guide and the principles of not only Agile, which Ken Schwaber helped write as one of 17 who created the Agile Manifesto in 2007, but Schwaber also founded Scrum.org, which is the organization that puts out the guidance and the curriculum and issues the Professional Scrum Master. So it comes from one of the forefathers. It's used in lots of different applications outside of software now. It's widely supported and adopted, and it happens to represent one of the hottest flavors going today of Agile. So what we have found through our DoD SkillBridge approved residency program, where we make project managers and then corporate America buys them from us, where we make project managers that corporate America buys from us, is what we see is a combination of, hey, I've got a portfolio of experience talked about on my resume, and I've got my operational and my project management, particularly my predictive and my agile project management, all validated with each corresponding individual credential. So at the end of 90 days, 120 days, at the end of their residency, they present with everything necessary to have a really strong interview and probably land that job. We offer all this same training, PMI approved training, International Institute of Certified Professional Managers training, Scrum.org training. We offer all this approved training through our 4-step process, right? 100% pass rates on all these things. And it's all approved by DoD SkillBridge because we deliver it in a program which we make available to you, individual veteran, and or you, individual civilian project manager, based on our philosophy and our beliefs shared with you here. Okay? We offer all this a la carte for you. Same great training, same awesome results, but a la carte. Because we meet you where you are and start building your resume and your professional chops from there. Check us out at www.vets2pm.com. Look forward to serving you. Thanks for watching. Cheers.